Hmm.
this morning we received a box in the mail with a note from a John Barron
Hmm.
of Palm Beach, Florida.
Hmm.
And if it's true, Steve, this might change the way we look at the world from now on, especially in the great state of Ohio.
Oh, Jeff, I agree. This could be critical because in that box there is what appears to be a menu
Mhm.
from a restaurant, and that restaurant's named Hunter Biden's Haitian Dinner Palace and Internet Cafe, or it's really Cafeve, I guess. And there's a post-it note from this Mr. John Barron, who we don't know, but apparently is a listener, apparently listens to the show. Note from Mr. Barron that says, here's the proof they are eating the dogs. Now, Jeff, we have to determine, we have to stick your nose into this and
Mhm.
see if this is real or if this is fake. We need to just really get in and roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty and change the litter and do all that stuff, you know?
I agree. To be honest, my first impression of this menu that this John Barron sent us kind of was suspicious. It
Hmm.
was sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
poorly created and it just looked like it could have been made up. I mean, look at the title of the restaurant, Hunter
Hmm.
Biden's Haitian Dinner Palace and Internet Cafe. That's really wordy. I've never heard of that before. As a skeptical journalist, it's a shitty title, and I never
Yeah.
even knew that Hunter Biden was in the restaurant business to begin with.
Well, Jeff, a lot of people with celebrity names are in the restaurant business, but they're not really in it. They just use their name and they take a
True.
percentage for using their name, and they show up twice a year. I mean, look, Harry Carey's in Chicago. I mean, he hasn't been
That's
there
right.
since 1998, I mean, come on. I mean, that's, so but uh, I got to agree with you, Jeff. The menu has a bunch of typos. I mean, really easy, obvious
Uh-huh.
typos. Like they misspelled Springfield and and they made it two words and they spelled Ohio with a Y. Oh my gosh. I mean, even the word menu is misspelled. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is certainly if Hunter Biden was involved in this, he did not run this through any like restaurant consultant or business advisor or any or even a competent printer. I mean, this
Mhm.
is this is crazy, right? But if on the tiny, tiny possibility that there's something to this, it would be a tremendous scoop. This would be worse than this might be worse than Hitler. This might be worse than Monica Lewinsky even.
Wow. And if it's not true, whoever put this menu together is a really fucking moron
Oh,
because it's not
yeah.
even close to being, at least on first blush, it doesn't look very believable to me. But I'm horrified just on the idea of that it could be potentially true. I think we should probably take a look at the menu.
Yeah,
If for no other reason, I didn't have dinner. I am a
right.
little hungry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Jeff, I agree that my first thought in looking at this menu, you took the words right out of my mouth. Fucking idiot. I
Mhm.
mean, that is exactly who would look at this, who would go to this restaurant, right? You'd have to be right, you have to be an idiot to do that, right? But as journalists, Jeff, okay, yes, we are funny guys, but as journalists, yeah, wearing different hats. I mean, you probably wear a lot of hats. I mean, hats mess up my hair, but you don't have that. You don't get hat hair, so I mean,
I
that's
don't.
so you probably wear a bunch of hats, but wearing our journalist hats, it's a responsibility that we owe the world. We owe history a good look at this. And it's just, I got to tell you, I'm afraid to read the menu, but I don't think we have a choice.
I
Sometimes
agree.
you just got to do it. And funny you should mention hungry. I am a little hungry, so maybe this will help. Maybe we'll get some dinner ideas here. What do you think?
I agree. As tough as this may be to go through and to present on the podcast, I think that it's something that we have to do. Although I would recommend anybody out there that has their pets in the room might want to take them out,
Oh, oh
before we
yeah.
do this.
Oh, get your pets out of the room. If you've got fish, maybe, I don't know, put a paper towel or a newspaper if you have one of those. Those were things that used to wind up on your doorstep and people read them. But if you have one of those, put that over the tank just to
Yeah,
protect the little fishies. Okay.
good
So
idea.
Where should we start? You want to take a look at what they have for breakfast? They have it broken down, breakfast and lunch and et cetera, et cetera. You want to take a look at what they have for breakfast? I'm almost afraid to look.
Well, I was too, although I do have to say that it's kind of not a bad breakfast menu. Could have used a little bit more variety, but let me just go
Hmm.
through it and let everybody decide. It looks like at the top of the list you've got you got your staples. You've got your French poodle toast,
Mm.
egg McBuffy, fluffy flake cereal. The kind of stuff that
Hmm.
everyone has to eat normally. Fish eggs, bloodhound sausage, beagle bagels, which I've not heard of, but
Hmm.
ginger jam. I'm not sure. Do you have any idea where what that might?
Well, as a
It's
kid, we had a dog named Ginger, but
uh-huh.
I don't know, Jeff. Ooh,
Didn't we have a stripper
we did.
on
We
the
had a
show
stripper named
one
Ginger too.
time?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was a stripper later, and they
that's
were
right. That's right.
completely different. You know.
Right, and then it's rounded off with the Ukrainian pancakes with vodka sauce,
Oh, my mom would
which
like those.
oh sure, and then lox and
Oh, yeah.
uh, my God, Steve, I'm so disgusted as I look at this, mostly because of the lox.
Hmm.
Smoked salmon. I eat salmon a lot for meals, and it doesn't look at all like this. And it's not sushi; it's smoked, but
Hmm.
it's somewhere in between. I'm just horrified by it, and I've always been disgusted by it. I know Kathy hates it too.
Oh man, this menu really is unbelievable. But I got to admit, Jeff, I do love sausage,
Mm.
and I blood sausage is great. It depends on how you prepare it. I mean, the Coen Brothers had this recipe, blood simple sausage, that I thought was really good.
Uh-huh.
It was outstanding. A lot of people forgotten about that recipe, but it's still pretty good. Really depends on how you cook it, but if they're doing what I think they're doing with this menu, that's evil, Jeff. I mean, plus I almost hate to ask but where's the hair? What do they do with all the fur?
Steve, I used to work in the pet industry, and they had this product called Furminator, and
Ooh,
yes, and it was a hair trimming tool. I'm just guessing here. I'm just spitballing this,
what
but
wasn't that an
uh,
action movie with Bruce Willis? And
it,
he went bald
it
after that.
was.
Hair,
It was.
Terminator, yeah.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, if you're talking about skinning Fido for
Hmm.
breakfast,
Oh,
then I'm going to hurl right here.
oh, yeah. This is puke inducing.
That's all
Take
I see for breakfast. What do you
well,
see for lunch?
yeah. Let's take a
And
look at
I
the
am
lunch
hungry
items here.
now too. I
Yeah,
have to admit.
I started looking at the lunch items here. Well, the lunch item starts off pretty normal. Hot dogs, right? I
Yeah,
mean, okay, right?
yeah.
All right, hot dogs. German shepherd's pie.
Uh,
I always thought it was English, but
okay.
okay. German
Uh-huh.
shepherd's pie. All right, right.
Uh-huh.
Beagle burgers. I guess the Beagle burgers kind of go with the Beagle bagels. And maybe, I wonder if you could get a Beagle burger on a Beagle bagel. That sounds kind of good. Maybe some lox on top of it. That actually sounds kind of good.
Uh-huh.
Feline fingers.
Oh, yeah. I
Not
bet those.
sure.
Yeah.
Those are kind of little, but I mean, if you eat enough of them, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, hush puppies. See, we're going back to normal, right? Hush
Yeah,
puppies,
yeah.
right? Oh,
Uh-huh.
hamster fritters. Mm,
I like fritters. Don't know about the hamster.
yeah, spot kebabs. Oh, look at this. Okay, fish tacos. Okay,
Love
there are
fish
signs for fish
tacos.
tacos all over Florida. Hey, fish tacos, filet o fish. I always wondered about the O, filet O fish. Is that supposed to be like the fish's mouth? Is that like shaped like a fish tank? Is that you're supposed to bait your hook through filet O fish? What is that? Is that Irish fish? I mean, what are we talking here?
I don't know. I think the O is one way for them to signify that it may not be the kind of fish you're used to, that it's, like O. Henry, O. Fish. It's not.
Or maybe it's like the blood sausage, and they're saying it's fish type O blood.
Could be that.
Could be.
Regardless, you add a little tartar sauce and some
Oh,
cheese, and you got yourself a good sandwich, no matter what it is.
and
You
I got
know,
to say, I do love fish tacos, man. I don't know.
Me
Those
too.
are sounding kind of good.
Nah, me too. And the fillet of fish is just sounding better and better.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
and
yeah.
it seems as though this menu is pretty fresh, but clearly it demonstrates how badly as a country we eat.
Oh, absolutely.
Hardly any vegetables there.
Oh, oh,
No green vegetables.
this is way past keto. This is like, yeah, you're talking the board certified cardiologists association is probably endorsing this menu. It's like good for business, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how you can live. I don't think the animals can live off of this, and certainly I don't know if we can live off of this. But again, there's something about it that just makes me even hungrier. And we haven't even got to dinner
Oh,
or
dinner.
dessert.
Let's take a look at dinner.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, cattail stew.
Ooh,
Smoked butt. Smoked butt, big
butt.
thing in our family. We used to have that all the time. I'm not sure whose butt that might be.
I had that as a kid, and I got better, but
And Rocky Mountain oysters. Who hasn't had Rocky Mountain oysters before? Yeah. Yorkshire Terrier pudding. On top of some roast beef.
Kind of like the German Shepherd pie. Okay, yeah, all right, okay, all right.
That's right. You got chicken cacciatore. I think that may be misspelled, but
I think, yeah.
Could be. Barbecue pit bull in Bernese mountain sauce.
Oh, that sauce is good. I've had that. I had that sauce on some fish tacos. In fact, that sauce is really good.
That is good. Goldfish sushi.
Ooh,
I like all kinds of sushi, so that really fits.
Yeah,
for me.
goldfish though. They're really just like little carps, aren't they? I mean, if you're going to eat a carp, it's like a little, yeah.
T-bone snake. That might be a misspelling.
Is that another typo? Is that another misspelling?
I think it might be a typo. Okay. And then it rounds it off with tongue and liver, and a lot of carbs there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The sushi is okay, but only one type of sushi. And I do love tongue. My mom used to make that all the time. A key part of tongue is the horseradish that goes with it. And it looks like they use real horse for that. So it sounds like it's a nice touch.
Well, it's authentic, it's farm to table and all. So, Jeff, I love tongue too, but usually not till the second date. I think I like to hold off a little bit. But again, not to nitpick this menu, but we are, as we're sticking our nose in and doing the smell test on this menu, I agree with you. Everything is so heavy here. And, if somebody would actually eat this, I can't even imagine you'd want a dessert, but really not a lot of creativity and some misspellings in here too, Let's take a look at dessert here. Snickers. Hey.
I like Snickers.
Yeah, it's kind of a
calico
color.
Dog named Snickers.
Yeah. Kind of a calico type dog. Yeah. That's, feline Butterfingers.
Don't know exactly what that is.
Not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, chocolate mouse. Here we go.
Another typo, probably.
Chocolate mouse could be.
Yeah, I think
cantaloupe. That could be another
typo.
Could be a typo. Well, it makes perfect sense. Animal crackers. So of course, animal crackers. Yeah. Cow pie.
Well, Steve, cows are not pets. I mean, if the whole theme of this thing is that they're pets, I think you're really stretching it. Unless you were raised on a farm, and I still don't think they're pets.
Well, and whoever put this menu out, they have spotted dick as a dessert, and it doesn't surprise me for a minute that this guy's got spotted dick. Let me just tell you that. And that may not get better. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You may just be stuck with that. Poodle pudding. Pudding. Rounding it out with vanilla ice cream. It's like, what the heck? Vanilla ice cream, right? No hot fudge, no toppings, not even.
Well, that's a mistake.
Yeah, but they got ice cream, so you could finish it off with vanilla ice cream. Hey.
So as I look at this, Steve, I'm thinking that this is disgusting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's lacking any real credibility. Again, putting my journalism hat on, I'm not buying that this is real. I mean, come on. You have those restaurants that are farm to table. This one was house to table, or the neighbor's house to table. And I just don't buy it. It sounds like it's sort of a stupid way to just target people and who did nothing wrong. Plus, I'm wondering how big these portions are, because it doesn't say, and it also doesn't have pricing here. And I hate restaurants that don't give pricing. Don't you?
No. And then if they don't tell you the price, it's bad. Right? I mean, you just get ready. It's think of a high number and it's higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that if they don't even tell you. But, you're so right. I mean, this looks like it's incredible that this place exists. Number one, there's no phone number. Did you ever see a restaurant that didn't list a phone number
No.
or didn't list like a website where you could order and have delivery or order ahead and, it doesn't give an address? You ever see a restaurant advertised that didn't give an address?
No, and the way they
How do you get
spelled
there?
Ohio, I looked up in preparation. There's 32 states that have a Springfield,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
and the way they spell Ohio, I'm not even sure that's Ohio.
Yeah, it looks more like Aaliyah or something. I'm not
Oh,
even sure what it is. Oleomargarine or something. It just, Jeff, we just got to be the journalists here and call it the way we see it. This looks like this story's made up. I mean, you have
yeah.
to, I think the only people that would believe this are the people that, whatever reason, want to believe it.
Hmm.
And I think this Mr. Barron, if indeed that is his real name, I think he's just looking to keep everybody hating and afraid and, keeping turmoil until the election or the next made up story. Yeah, Jeff, I don't think this is real.
I think you're right. But I don't want to discourage our audience from submitting things. And I want to thank Donald,
Oh,
John Barron for
yeah.
sending us the information. And half the country, we're doing them a favor by proving that this isn't true. The other half probably knew that ahead of time. But I want to tell Mr. Barron that feel free to send us more proof of things that aren't true in the future. Well done. And speaking of well done, feel like grabbing something to eat, Steve, after the show?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. But before we go, though, we have a new sponsor, and the sponsor kind of came in with the menu. So
Mm.
I don't know if this is a real sponsor. This might be as fake as that menu, as this story, as this whole concept. It might be that fake. But, it's a listener. We sent it in, or he sent it in. We kind of owe it to our audience. So, you know what? No reason we have to sit here and listen to it. But, Johnny, we're going to go out and get some fish tacos, but play that new commercial.
This is John Barron. That really is my real name. I wish all of you could come to this restaurant, but I know a lot of you won't because the media tells you it's not real. But there are a lot of other ways you can join the fight, fight, fight. A lot of people are excited about our gold-coated sneakers. We took $8 sneakers made by prison labor in a country I can't name, and we made them great again with a gold-colored veneer, yours for the low, low price of $850. Or another favorite, a piece of plastic with my picture on it. Under the current administration, that's just a piece of plastic. But with our greatness, we made it into a non-fungible token, a collector's item, yours for only $1,975 to my defense fund. I mean my new company, Crypto Creep Inc. And for a limited time only, we will throw in a commemorative coin for just another $1,000. How can you beat those prices? Plus, the first 10,000 suckers. Who wrote this? I have the worst writers. I mean, the first 10,000 shoppers. We will throw in, for just another $500, a big, beautiful stack of collector casino chips, lightly used, that will make nice accent items for your red state home. Oh, and don't forget our beautiful gold-coated watch, complete with my signature engraved in the coating. A valuable $7 watch, yours for only $100,000. Hey, they're forcing me to have legal fees. Your watch purchase can help. Not sure when they will be delivered, but we have a concept of delivery date. Sometime in the 2040s. All sales are final, too, no refunds. We prize loyalty above absolutely everything else. No, wait, don't fade me out. Eccentric Ladyland Studios must have been taken over by Antifa. Miss Claire, don't fade me out. I have legal expenses. I need your money to play like I'm rich.